able to build their skills, and enterprises will be able to leverage or hire or take those skills whenever needed. But the trend around independent worker is moving ahead, and probably many of you, as you choose your careers, might choose the path to go that direction. But these are the things which has suddenly changed. They look simplistic here, but when you look at in the context of an enterprise, it creates many new dimensions for that organization to manage, to understand, to imply, to really build, to have an operating piece the way they are. And that is creating a level of confluence in the organization, what they can do to really manage this, what they can do to build this. So some things are fundamentally changing, and some things fundamentally change the way world will work. So if you really look at organizations, most of the organizations are very hierarchical, traditional organizations. People take decisions on the top, CEO comes, give orders, next generation people start building upon it. But with the new way by which information will be available, by which access to information, ideas, anybody can give an idea and anybody can have information around it, will really change the dynamics of an organization from hierarchical to really collective intelligence. How a CEO, how leaders of an organization not really take or tap things which are only at the high or a select few people, those will be able to do, but harnessing the collective intelligence of the organization and really implementing it, making it available, deriving outcomes out of it, creates a significant level of change in itself. So with this, let's quickly look in terms of what will change. And this change is coming in many, many directions way. So it means in organizations, when social starts getting adoption more and more, the way people will start getting rated, perform on their performance itself will start getting changes. The way people starts doing learning, education, that will start changing. Probably people stop going into classrooms. Might not stop fully, but a lot more social learning will start. People will learn from each other, and content generation. The way performance happens today is a one-on-one between manager and an employee, and that model probably will change. That community will start giving you performance numbers rather than just your manager, because the contribution, meaning of contribution in an enterprise will start changing. It's not just contributing to your division or to your manager, but really contributing to the common good of the knowledge and sharing which you generate in the organizations. So these are different mindsets. These are deeper mindsets which will change the way work is going to be different. Many of you have not worked before, so it'll be easy task for you as you get in. But people those have worked before, it'll be like changing the various levels of mindsets as we move ahead on it. Now, the other piece which you talked about is big data analytics. What is it which is changing this? What is it which will help organizations to build far more predictive instincts? At this moment of time, decision-making is far more through guts, far more through limited information. However, sophistication of tools, sophistication of ability to look at the information in far more predictive manner is going to give more insight. And that will help individuals, organizations, teams, and leaders to really bring the new generation speed on the decision-making which they have been doing. And then various tools from attrition prediction, various tools on leadership, various tools on really people fitment, but things around that. We talked about mobile in terms of how mobile is really becoming a sourcing piece, learning piece, prime device, and that is going to create a very different level of sets of changes around it. I also wanted to slightly touch base upon what is really making a shift change in the technology. So we have seen technology changing very fast. I mean, we have been seeing internet emerging, we have been seeing social pieces emerging, but the next horizon which is changing is around cognitive computing. And this cognitive computing is all about how human language, natural processing a computer can do and can talk to you and advise you based upon heuristic data which it has. How many of you have heard of Watson or seen Watson, which is IBM cognitive computer? You have not? Okay. So just to give you a brief view, IBM started working on building this cognitive-based computing technology, and we created a computer called Watson. And this Watson computer, it speaks. You can ask a question, and it will give you an answer. When we talked to our research scientists, we gave them a challenge, saying that, okay, you are building this technology, put it to some use. So why don't you go and take a challenge where it's very difficult to really process human language, process the way we speak. And that challenge was given to them. I'm not sure how many of you have seen a game show called Jeopardy. It's in US TV shows. And those of you have not seen it, it's a TV show, it's a quiz show, which will give you an answer, and your answer is a question. So it means it will give you a clue as an answer, and then you have to give them a question. So it's a very highly complex method of assessing how you will be able to process the information which is given to you and then give back an answer. So Jeopardy is a very popular show in US. It's been running for decades. So what Jeopardy showmakers, we told them, is why don't you bring your top experts, people those have won this show for last decades. And then we will bring our computer. This poor computer will sit on your machine, and then let's have a game, and let's see who wins it. So a couple of years back, Watson really beated those top leaders by margins of things. And you can go to YouTube and just talk about Watson. But the point there is that the technology, which is ability to talk to a computer and computer can give you natural language answer, will change the way things happen in the organization. And that's the piece which will change even in the work, which is how you can take advice on skills, how you can take advice on your fitment on the job, how you can take advice from the computer of where the fitment of the candidate will be. But that will create a new era, new ways by which technology and business will come together and sciences will come together to really create the next level of value around it. So looking at all this, what we have been looking in the organization is what is it which we can do? What is it which we can do to really bring this transformation for enterprises, for businesses, where we can create next generation value? So challenge becomes pretty complex, which is there is a sea change of technology which is changing all across the world, and there is a sea change of sciences which is changing from humans. So if you really look at assessing human behavior, if you really look at sciences of how do you find out, why do people do what they do? How do you find out people those do things, what are they good at? And today, we have seen that these sciences have really grown in terms of we have best of the methods around how we can assess potential, best of the assess around how we can assess skills, how we can map them. And the challenge becomes is how do you bring technology, how do you bring sciences, and how do you really bring that in the context of an enterprise to solve the problems which we believe enterprises will start seeing or are seeing today to really build the piece. So we created the view around smarter workforce. We believe enterprises will require this smarter workforce view, which will help them address employees, a contribution cycle of the talent from end to end. It's just not hire and fire, and Professor Potter talked about it, which is earlier the piece was just hire and fire. There's a big journey in between, and that big journey is motivation, development, keeping people skilled, and there's a large journey on peace. And unless organizations starts looking at this journey holistically, end to end, only then they will be able to tap through the new productivity, new level of innovation, which will come from the people engagement. And with that view, we have been on the path of really creating smarter workforce solutions, which will help enterprises to bring this end-to-end view and help them generate best ideas through employee engagements, best ways by which they will be able to piece. So there are two critical pieces when organizations look at it. First is when you start hiring, how do you hire best fit? It's not about hiring best candidate, but it's about hiring the best fit for the job in your organization, in your context. So first problem is how do you do that? And that is the problem which we help try to solve. Best fit candidates for the job which you have, and then keep them motivated in your organization till they retire, till they go out of your organization pieces. If we can help somehow these two things, that will solve a significant piece of issue, significant piece of challenge which this transformation is requiring. So from our point of view, we look at smarter workforce solutions and look at the cycle, which is, so if you really look at it from the cycle of this is really looking through the whole cycle of where we start this journey and how do we help organization to close this journey. And this journey starts from really attracting the right people. This journey starts empowering them and really keep them motivated. And what you need is one view around which organizations will create this end-to-end talent view and keep it through the various methods, tools, technology, solutions around these pieces. So the whole set of solutions, which is combination of how we bring technology in it, combination of how we bring sciences in it, combination of how we really bring consulting, the human element in it, and really create end-to-end view for bringing this transformation out. So as I was saying, so much change, and this change need to be integrated in a way that will be easier for organizations to really adopt, see, and change in. So what we believe is the top end of the whole piece is organizations will need a very robust talent management end-to-end solution. And this talent management end-to-end solution will be the life cycle, starting from recruitment, moves into onboarding, takes into how do you do performance, how do you give them learning, how do you give them engagement tools, and really ends into how do you do compensation, how do you do assessments, and all the cycles around it. Has to be matched by behavioral sciences, and as the part of the dimension of sciences has to come in, which is how do we continue to look at who is good at doing what, and do this job matching. Where is the job? Where is the best kind of skills? Because it's a big gap today. Really finding these two becomes extremely difficult. More and more jobs are open, and more and more people do not have jobs. So how do you create that matching on the piece? And then the technology set, right? So social, analytics, new technology intersection needs to happen underneath, which will create this level of impact which is required to build the pieces around the piece. So before I end, I just wanted to close with what is your role? And this is the moment to think about, which is who are you in this transformation journey? Who are you who will be going out of this campus and be part of that industry, and in which form you will be contributing to this transformation. I remember my days when I was sitting like this many years before in the campus, and you get anxious about, I know nothing, and first thing they will do me is put me in a training room and start putting me in 3 months, 1 year training, and then I will learn about it. But if you really look at world today, you are going to a world with a set of skills which that organization already is starting getting aware of. And those skills are around new technology pieces, which they don't have. And many of you are far more comfortable doing it. Many of you are in the mindset, which is of sharing, community, working with each other, and the mindset which the organization is very different. In your role, how do you become the change agent, the catalyst, the individual who really help the enterprise to be in this transformation journey by bringing your set of skills, by being that transformation agent and be part of that enterprise and help them learn, help them grow, help them really move out of it. And think about in terms of how do you continue to be on this mindset of sharing, on this mindset of new skills and tools which you bring from your personal space and continue to challenge the organizations where you go, how they can help, really these skills can help to give them the next generation of platform technology and the value which they want to create. So I just want to end with wishing you best of luck for your journey which you come out of the campus. And thanks a lot for the time today for spending with me. Thank you.
We would like to thank Sir for his captivating address. It has indeed set the perfect platform for the theme for Conexion'13. I would now like to request my colleagues to felicitate Sir with a memento as a token of our gratitude and appreciation.